Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is still Saturday, September 30th, the last day of September. Now, you're probably like, Nate, why are you still making videos right now when it's 5:23 and you said that this album should be coming out hopefully sometime today? You probably like, Nate, are you done mixing the album and is it ready for? No, it's not whatsoever. But the thing is, it's not going to take me that long to mix these songs. Or by God's grace, it won't take me that long to mix these songs. But yeah, hopefully, like I say, I would hate to cheat the fans in this way. But, like, again, by telling y'all, oh, hey, this album was supposed to come out in September, back in July or August when I said that. And like I said before, have the album then to be 20 or 25 songs, and then I want to say cut that in half or even way half or whatever word you want to use there, and instead of putting 20 or 25, I'm putting 12. It'd be like, what? Yeah, I might cut it and just put 12. The songs that are already on there, once again, the first four, which is Next Generation, Young Love, For the Kids, Pacific Bay Wildcats, and Freshman Frontier. The ones that I can definitely see making the rest of this album are Learn From Me, Landry Mambasetti Part 2, This Side, Beyond Blessed, The Boy and Bryce, and whatever else. We'll totally see as time goes on. Now, I'm not saying that once you get done with this album, you're going to be thinking to yourself this was worth the wait, because you're probably going to be thinking to yourself this is not worth the wait, and why did I wait this long to hear this? Because legitimately, I'm not saying that if this is a 12-song album, trust me, this is going to feel almost like a stopgap project than anything probably. Because it's not going to pack anywhere near to the cohesiveness of which I thought it would and I wanted it to. Again, I did need the extra time, but I spent the extra time on other stuff like academic work, and I spent it on other stuff like writing those songs and going to sporting events and supporting my peoples and whatever else. But again, like I've also tweeted out a few minutes ago or an hour ago, I tweeted out saying, there's a good thing, thank God, that I have other album titles or other versions of the Back to School album, such as Back to School the second 9 weeks, Back to School the second semester, Back to School the next quarter or whatever else, or Back to School the new year, which should be obviously a title for the Back to School album next August or next September. You get the point. But thank God I have other ideas for the Back to School album to where, you know what, I'm not packing the cohesiveness which I should be packing in this album. Because trust me, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not packing the cohesiveness which I should have packed in this album. The cohesiveness of which I should have packed in this album was literally to where this album should have blown you away with all the lyricism and with everything that I overall said when it comes to certain mechanisms of school spirit, school pride, enjoying school, loving school, and other stuff like that. Classes, grades, homework. It should have packed more cohesiveness, and it should have packed more impact, and more like, okay, all these are aspects which we go through in our daily lives of school, so on and so forth. It's not going to pack all that. I'm sorry it's not going to pack all that. I am dearly sorry to everybody it's not going to pack all that. But at the same time, this is just me doing whatever I can to make sure that I still get this album out to y'all before September's over. Like I said before, it was my goal to do. So I can still get it out, but it's obviously going to come at a big price / a big sacrifice. And the big price / the big sacrifice is it's not going to pack all that impact that it should have packed if I had songs like Odyssey of the Mind, Spirit Word, School Pride, Study Break, Power Hour, whatever else on there. It's not going to pack all that cohesiveness. It's not going to pack all that good wordplay and all those good verses and whatever else. It's going to pack some verses, just not all of those, you could say, next level verses which you would have expected to hear from me on this album. But the good thing is, thank God, I could end up getting out all the other songs in the next week or two, or not even the next week or two, but in the next month or two on another Back to School album version. Or like I said, Back to School the next semester, or the new semester, or second semester, or whatever you want to call it. I could do that. We will totally see where that goes. Because here's the thing, some of this album is expected, the way I wrote the playlist out this morning at like 4 or 5 or 3, whatever time I woke back up from my nap, because I first I went to bed or I fell asleep on the couch watching USC and Washington State play football. The time I fell asleep on the couch was at around late 10. Then I woke back up at 2 when I saw that Washington State had beat USC, and I was like, oh Lord. And I was like that to a certain degree because I was rooting for USC to win. But Sam Darnold's still a superstar. Luke Falk's still a superstar, and they're still going to go very high into this year's draft class, so forth and so forth. But my big point is that, hey, you know, I got up at round 2. I did some FLVS for my Earth and Space Science class. Recovery credit for that as well, by the way, just to let y'all know. But yeah, I did that, and then after I got done doing that, or at first I wrote the playlist, and then I did the FLVS work, and then I fell back asleep at like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I woke back up at around 11 or 12 or whatever else. But trust me, I needed the sleep, and not only did I need that sleep, but at the same time, I did what I accomplished my goal, which was to get something else submitted before I went back to sleep, because hey, you know, gotta go and get it done and get my diploma, so forth and so forth, and get the credit. And by the way, just let you again, you know, I guess to continue what I'm base this line, what I'm trying to say here is that as I was writing the new playlist, I was scrolling through my iPad to see which songs were definitely gonna make this or should make this, like. Because again, the reason why I was so big on saying, okay, let me write this entire thing from scratch, was because I knew there's certain specific song titles that would fit it more, that could fit it and would fit it more than just go ahead and trying to scrap a few songs, or not even a few, but the entire album from, you know, previous songs that I've already written. And like I said before, I don't have time for any of that today if I still want to get it out to you all before September's over. So what I decided to do was go scroll through my iPad and see what songs do I already have that is good enough for this album to be just going to be released. Like, you know, I can go ahead and produce it all today and get it out today, so forth and so forth. You get the point I'm trying to make here. You know, I'm trying to say, like, did I have enough to where I could totally get this album out today? And it's not, again, not going to pack all the impact that you would think it's going to pack, at least when it comes to the song, other songs that were planned to be on it. But it's going to pack some emotional impact. Trust me. Through some of these love and relationship songs that I'm talking about, trust me, it's going to pack some impact on you. It's going to, but it's probably not going to pack as much as it would with this other songs. Other songs probably would have been undeniable anthems, and not only would they have been undeniable anthems, but they also would have probably made you jump up and be like, yeah, we rep our school, we rep our school, we rep our school so hard, you know. All the other songs probably would have packed that cohesiveness to make you think to yourself, okay, this is legitimately total top-notch, non-stop, and this is exactly what we wanted from a back-to-school album. Like, this gets us excited to go back to school. Pretty much what I wrote down and what this album is expected to be like now is almost exact opposite. Like, I'm not saying it's not supposed to get you up on your feet, but legitimately, some of these songs are gonna give you more of I'm not gonna say a heartbreak emotional feel, because nothing on here is about heartbreak pretty much, but it's definitely gonna give you still an emotional. It's gonna give you like all the other songs are supposed to give you an emotional appeal of like, let's get up, let's get excited, let's get jumping, you know, let's get cheering, you know, and let's, you know, and so forth and so forth, you know, take you on a ride, take you on a good thrill, so forth and so forth. What I've written thus far is supposed to get you on an emotional path too, but it's not that same emotional path to where you're probably up and jumping and being like, yeah, go this school, go that school, or, you know, I rep this spirit, where we get the point, you know. It's not supposed to give you the exact same emotional impact as it would have, but it's supposed to give you similar to the emotional impact of like, yeah, we are family, yeah, we do rep this, and you'd be like, you're kind of describing the same thing. Well, actually, to a certain degree I am, to a certain degree I'm not. You know, it's like saying, well, let me try to explain this again the best way I can. You know, through all the songs that were supposed to be on here, it's supposed to give you the undeniable feeling of jumping up. The undeniable feeling. This, what I've written now, will probably make you jump up, but not to like the same extent of like, let's just go all out, wilding out for our school, for our team, and whatever else. Like I said, this album is still supposed to be good, but it's just not going to pack all the impact as it would if the other songs were on there. Is my biggest point to everybody. It's still going to be good, but it's just not going to pack all the exact same impact as the other songs would have packed. That's one of my biggest points here. And like I say, Freshman Frontier. I don't have to add that back, but I'm adding it back, the same version you've already heard on other versions of the album. Well, not of this album, but other versions of other albums that I released this year. Because Freshman Frontier I released this year somewhere around, I think the first 3 or 4 months of this year I released that. But once again, yeah, Learn From Me is definitely one of my favorite songs, especially to all my freshmen out there. It's definitely one of my favorite songs because, it is somewhat dedicated to you all, letting you know, again, I got younglings around me. I want them to learn from me. Because in many cases, I am a role model and a mentor. I am a leader. I am an ambassador, so forth and so forth. And I want the kids to look up to me and learn from me, and so forth and so forth. I like carrying myself with that swagger and with that appeal and with that humbleness and outgoingness, because I do want people to look up to me and learn from me, and I do want us all to learn, build, and grow together as a good, cohesive, God first, once it's the unashamed blessing, get the family in the body of Christ, so forth and so forth, towards helping ourselves, helping our families, and helping better the culture overall towards that better tomorrow. 11 minutes. This definitely will be titled the Back2School Album Update Part 3 or Part 4, because the other version has 14 minutes on it, and so on and so forth. But yeah, the big thing, one of the biggest points is this album is still going to pack some impact, but it's not going to pack as much impact, as much undeniable impact as the other song titles will. But again, shout out, God bless my good friend Sadie Thurston, because I just listened to your song again I just listened to your song again to see how I have flowed everything, and trust me, I flowed everything definitely good enough to where it definitely is exactly what it should be. See, some elements of this album is probably going to feel like a heart and soul album because of some of the singing that I'm doing. Some of the singing in which I'm doing is going to sound like this might as well be considered the heart, a version of the heart and soul album through some of the singing that I'm doing. But we're going to definitely see how that goes. But what I'm saying, singing, by the way, singing. Through some of the singing that I'm doing, some parts of this album is going to sound like the heart and soul album. Like Sadie Thurston's song, the beginning should sound like, for example, if I get her song and a few other songs on here, this album will sound like the prelude to the heart and soul. Like I say, it's going to pack an emotional impact, but it's not going to pack the same undeniable emotional impact as the other song titles would have, that were specifically designed to get you up and jumping and being like, yeah, this goes hard, so forth and so forth. 12 minutes into this video, thank you all for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing thus far. It is still me, your boy, the man, Agent to the City, on this lovely, wonderful, and beautiful Saturday, September 30th, last day of September 2017. Even though it is dark and gloomy still outside, and my Gators, once again, they beat Vanderbilt. Tennessee is struggling versus Georgia. And Baylor, I don't know why Baylor to a certain degree is 0-4, but at the same time, they are right now losing to Kent State. And I'm rooting for Baylor in this contest, so hopefully they pull back and own it. But Boy and Bryce, that's a shout out and God bless to my dearly good friend, dearly beloved good friend, youngling sophomore friend, who's a soccer player. I saw her perform this past season. She was awesome, dynamic, and I wish her again more life, more blessings on her soccer career. If I didn't pronounce that right, soccer career, because again, she's a great talent. She's going to go very, very far, so forth and so forth. Beyond blessed. I'm also going to shout her out right now. The Annie Beverly. That song is dedicated to you, and so forth and so forth. I got multiple other songs dedicated to you, but the Beyond Blessed series is totally dedicated to you, even though I don't know if I mentioned your name in it. It's totally dedicated to you because, again, in many cases, I still feel like, and even felt like back then when I wrote the songs, that I am and still was beyond blessed to have you as a friend, and so forth and so forth, because, again, Annie Beverly is, again, one of the most talented individuals I've ever met, and, again, more life, more blessings to her. So, again, 14 minutes into this video. Hope to God I haven't bored any of you so much to where you're like, why did I even click on this video? I'm still trying to give you the most in-depth analysis I could of everything within this new album and when it's coming out, hopefully before today is over. So once again, shout out, God bless all the younglings, all the college kids, all my high schoolers. I love y'all. God bless. Once it's unashamed, your boy the man, Agent to the City, out. Take care. Back2School album coming soon, hopefully today. We'll see. Take care. Check my Twitter for updates at NJ2TheCity.
Peace.